Hi, this is Logan here for VacBin.com, and today we're going to be doing a review of the Samsung Powerbot Essentials robot vacuum. At time of recording, this robot retails for about $350 US and is available on Samsung.com and a few other retailers. And so with that, let's get into it and take a look. First of all, you may notice that this is a much bigger robot than many other robot vacuums. Here's the machine. For demonstration, I have a Nito over here off camera. Let me grab it. Here is a Nito XV robot. And as you can see, put up next to each other, very big difference in size. The Samsung is much larger. However, that's not a bad thing. The Samsung, as I put that back, definitely does some other cool stuff. The Samsung, even on the Essentials, which this is the least expensive robot that they sell, comes in the box with, if I can get it to focus, this remote, which allows you to do things like move it, and if I adjust the camera, which, here we go. We can also see that we can also control our settings on the back here. So for example, this robot has a quiet mode that we can enable from the remote, and then it makes the sound is much quieter. Let me zoom back out here and I'll show you a difference. So right now it's in quiet mode and I'm going to start it. And now I'm going to turn it up to loud mode or normal mode and start it again. So the quiet mode actually makes a big difference, as you can see. In addition, one thing that this robot does that no one else does in the industry is inside the bin there's actually a Cyclone System in here which spins the dirt out of the air before it reaches the filter. So this works much more like a conventional vacuum than any of the other robot vacuums. In addition, the suction on this machine is much more powerful than many of the other robot vacuums. Furthermore, this machine does not use bumpers like the Nito or like the Roomba to move around. It does not use a laser like the Nito to move around. Instead, this is a camera here which is shooting up at your ceiling and taking 60 pictures per second. From there, it's able to map out things on the ceiling like speakers, sprinkler heads, textures, lights, and use that to create a map of your room by looking up and navigate around efficiently. It's a very cool system and it actually works very well. So in auto mode, which is the default mode, it will go room by room. Every time it sees a new room, it will try to clean that before going back to the previous one and then work backwards from the farthest room that it found. It can also go back to its dock mid-cleaning and then resume cleaning where it left off. Furthermore, I moved it over here. I did not pick it up. I just used the remote. I can just press the button on here and it will remember where it was driven from and it will go back and dock itself. The battery lasts for about an hour on here. And the bin, the bin is actually one of the largest bins in the industry in terms of robot vacuums. So you shouldn't have too many issues with that filling up. Overall, it's a great robot. It does lack some features in this model that others have, such as Wi-Fi to control it from your phone, or a scheduling function to be able to run it at night or while you're away. But overall, it's a great vacuum, very good for pet hair and those maintenance cleanings. It's much easier to just press the play button on the remote or reach down and press it than it is to vacuum every single day. So overall, I'd recommend this vacuum, but definitely look at others in the market, such as the Neato and the Roomba, especially because the Neatos go on sale often. I would say that both the Neato and the Samsung are better than the Roomba in terms of navigation, not hitting things against your wall, just overall doing a better job of cleaning. I would say that the Samsung does clean slightly better than the Neato XV series. I have not tested the BotVac series, but overall this is definitely one of the robots to beat in terms of cleaning. I'd highly recommend this machine. This has been Logan here for Vacuum.com. Thanks for watching.